What's up, everybody? We are back. Welcome to the Road to the Summit, the only show in transportation that previews the upcoming Broker Carrier Summit in Fort Worth, Texas. I'm Trey Griggs, along with Kevin Hill. How you doing, my friend? What's going on?
I'm doing great. The Mets are in the playoffs, down to game three. We're 20 days away from the summit. Less than 3 weeks now down here in Fort Worth, and
I'm so
and feeling good
I'm
today.
I'm so glad you brought up the Mets because the last time the Mets were in the World Series, they played my Royals and got stomped. I love it. I'm
They
so happy
did.
about that. My Royals making it to the ALDS to face the Yankees this weekend. So we got playoff baseball coming up. It's October. Football season's in full swing, but most importantly, in just over or under 3 weeks, we've got the next edition of the Broker Carrier Summit presented by TAFS down in Fort Worth, October 23 through 25. Can't wait to get down there. We got a great show today. Got a great lineup. We have a lot of fun today. And man, I can't wait to see you in Fort Worth. You got to get that nice weather for us down there, that fall crisp weather, my friend.
It's 90 degrees right now, so it's 90 degrees every day.
Oh,
So it's
bring
not
that
too
down. No,
hot,
we can't have that. We need
not too
Yeah, that's right.
cold. We're going to get out on the golf course here in 3 weeks, and we won't have to wear long sleeves.
Yeah, we need it down just a few degrees. 84, 83 for high would be perfect. 80 would be ideal. So we'll get to that in a little bit. But listen, hey, let's kick off the show. We got a great show. We got a great guest today. Listen, if you're in the comments, tell us where you're watching from today and how many times you've been to the Broker Care Summit. If it's going to be your first time coming or if you've been there multiple times, let us know in the comments throughout the show. Let's bring our first guest, man.
Dan the Man Lindsay, the man who put
What?
it all
We got the
together.
founder on today? Let's go. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Doing well, gents. How are you?
Doing great, man. Good to have you on the show. The founder himself. Man, I don't know how we're going to keep this to like 5 to 7 minutes, but let's go ahead and try, man. So
getting me to shut up is a hard task. So I feel your pain already.
This is the fourth iteration of this thing. I cannot believe we've made it to 4. Let's just throw that out there. This is pretty impressive that this has happened. But let's talk about it from your perspective, man, because I know that you got a lot on your mind. You're excited about it. What are you looking forward to down in Fort Worth?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to just continuing what we have started. And I say I just got off the phone with Matt Annis and Robert Bain and scheduling some time with Troy Wheaton and to talk about how we even got here and just how improbable it is that one of the most fragmented industries in the economy is rallying around a movement designed toward bringing two opposing sides seemingly together, and just how amazing that is. And the fact that it's not just happening, but it's happening in a big way. Like we're going to have almost 500 people in Fort Worth in just 20 days. I mean, that's
awesome, man.
It does, and it speaks to the power of mixing alcohol and business ideas together.
It's a big piece.
It's a big piece, isn't it? It definitely is a big piece. And one of the things that there we go. One of the things that I think one of my main selling points on this is in a tagline that we should use: Broker Carrier Summit, where deals get done. And
100%.
Speak a little bit about that, the power of the deals, the amount of business that is conducted at the summit.
Yeah, well, it's interesting too because that's not how this originally was designed to go. It was supposed to be an educational seminar, like a symposium for one day that said, "Hey, come and learn about, if you're a carrier, learn about brokers. And if you're a broker, learn about carriers. That way you can be better partners." But it grew, and I think Kevin, you were in Tampa, Trey, you were as well. One of the taglines we used there was the future of logistics is partnership. And for the last year, we've kind of been developing what partnership should look like from a broker and carrier perspective. And to the point where we've seen a ton. I had 3 phone calls in the last 10 days from carriers who met brokers at the summit and are still running freight for them a year later. That's phenomenal. That's the way business should be done. So that's exciting.
With the educational piece, right? Education, building relationships is the natural, that's the foundation to business relationships.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a good time. We're looking forward to what's going to happen down there at the summit, and the vision that you've had for it, which has just been absolutely tremendous in that regard. What are some of the new things that we can expect this time around, or what are maybe some announcements? Maybe can't announce them here, but there's some things we're going to announce at the summit this time around. What are some things that we can preview down there?
Yeah, so we're already working on where and when the spring summit for 25 is going to be. So that's going to be a big announcement we're going to be rolling out. And as well as, so one of the things we've been saying again for a year since the Tampa summit is we're not only interested in building an event, we're interested in building a community. And in the next 3 to 4 months, and we'll roll a lot of this out at the summit, we've repurpose my entire time on stage to be talking about what's coming up with the summit. I don't get to talk about anything other than what's going on at the summit for the next year. But in the next few months, we're going to be rolling out what that community actually looks like. And it's going to revolve around things like education, keeping people connected, as well as plugging companies in with our preferred vendor network. We're going to be announcing what our events are going to look like next year. Hint, we're going to have more, and they're going to be more various in what they're going to be and where they're going to be at. So stay tuned. This movement is just getting started, and it's super exciting to see not just myself and the board and the people who have been here from the beginning, but carriers, brokers, tech partners. Everyone is equally excited, it seems, about the direction that we're headed. So it's super exciting.
Yeah,
it is
exciting. It really is
exciting.
exciting. Yeah.
It is the first step, and I'm excited. Less than 3 weeks away, we get to take that next step here in Fort Worth. So really super excited about that.
Absolutely. I'm going to go crawl back into my hole here in a few minutes and get all the details knocked out.
It's going to say it's the final preparations. That's what this show is called, because we're ordering all the giveaways, the signage. We're finalizing just all the speaker guidelines and prep so that they can prepare with their presentations and all of that. So everything's put in place. A lot of people don't realize kind of what goes into creating one of these events. But is it more than you thought it was going to be, or is it about what you thought it'd be when you started this thing?
Well, that's a great question. I don't know, because I didn't think about when you go to these events, you don't think about what goes on behind the scenes. All you know is you show up and things happen the way they're supposed to, right? That's how you know it's done well. Hopefully, right? That's how you know it's done well. So I didn't really think about what goes into events before I started planning my own. But I will say this, at least for the month and a half leading up to the events, it's as busy as I was when I was a freight broker. So there's a lot of moving parts.
The phone rings all day.
Exactly. So
well, and the interesting thing is that you and I have had a chance to work on the program and working on some of the things behind the scenes, and I don't know if it's better or the worst possible situation, because you and I constantly have new ideas of trying new things, and so we're kind of pulling each other in different directions and trying new stuff. In fact, one of the things that we're doing, you're starting a podcast that's going to be launching soon, which I know we haven't really announced too much about that, called The Freight Break, and tomorrow we have a special episode with Jeff Dickinson to talk about Hurricane Helene relief efforts, and you're trying to use the network to help promote with that, because there's some really cool stuff going on with that. So a lot of neat things are coming out of this with some of the ideas that we have going. But yeah, you and I together, man, it's kind of weird, kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's weird. I feel for Coleman. I truly do.
Yeah, massive apology to Coleman Ruffin right now in public, and Courtney Lawrence. She should get the apology as well, because now she's
probably thinking, "What, we're talking to who tomorrow? What's going on?"
Yeah, 7:00 this morning, he's on the phone going, "Okay, what are we doing? What's going on?" So, yeah, it's just kind of the way that it works. Well, Dan, listen, man, I'm so excited about this. Happy to be partnering with you, and thank you for this vision, for casting it and pushing it and just making it what it is. What's the last thing you want to tell people before we get you out of here today?
Yeah, well, thank you guys as well. The summit would not be what it is without everyone involved. One of the things that I want to make sure I say every time we talk about the summit, this is not something that I am building. It is something that we are building together. Everyone, the board, the team, the attendees, brokers, carriers, the upcoming Women in Logistics Advisory Board, the Carrier Council, the Broker Council, everyone is in this together, and we are building this together. And that's not just something nice to say, it's the actual truth. And that's what we need to continue doing to make this industry the best it possibly can be. So I appreciate you guys so much in the work that you guys have been helping us to do to lead up to Fort Worth. So
it's been a lot of fun, man. We're excited about it. We'll see you down in Fort Worth. Thanks for jumping on the show today, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Kevin, speaking of people that are just helping make this happen, so many volunteers are just doing incredible work. And one of those is on the call with us right now, Kale Pearson. He's watching on the live stream. So let's go see you guys there soon. Kale's got an announcement. He's got some stuff he's doing as well to help with carrier scholarships so we can help carriers get there. We know that it costs more for a carrier to come to this event than it does a broker or technology company, because if they pull their truck off the road, it costs extra money. So excited about what Kale is doing. Rob Busty already gave a scholarship to carriers. We have others on the way. Just a lot of people pitching in to make this thing great. It's just incredible. Love it.
It is incredible. Talk about grassroots organizations. This is grassroots movement coming at trucking and logistics, and it's exciting to be a part of.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is. We got a lot of great events. We got networking events. We've got creative lunches. We got learning labs. We got educational sessions. Just a lot of really fun stuff that's going to be happening. It's going to be a great week down in Fort Worth. In fact, one of those things. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, one of those things is the golf tournament that will be held at, I believe, what is it? Texas Rangers Golf
Club. That's right. This is a place where the Korn Ferry Tour has an event every year. The Korn Ferry Tour is a minor league of the PGA Tour, and it's an incredible golf course, much better than the first golf course we played. No offense, I didn't know. Picked it kind of, sight unseen, but this one's going to be a phenomenal tournament. It's the only two-person tournament in transportation, Kevin. It's the only one. You played in it last time. We have a gross division and a net division, so whether you're a low handicapper or no handicapper or high handicapper, everybody can have fun. This time, Kevin, we're doing something different. We're actually designating the tee boxes based on handicap. So if you're a high handicap player and not great, you get to move up to the front a little bit, have a little easier day. It's going to be very competitive. We're going to have a lot of food out there. We're going to have some great giveaways. Listen, I'm a golfer. I hate crappy swag. So we're having some great giveaways, premium golf balls, not those crappy Pinnacle ones that you get at golf tournaments. We have all kinds of great stuff coming your way. So when you sign up for the Broker Care Summit, make sure that you sign up for the golf tournament as well, called the Post and Pray Classic. And that's going to be something that you won't want to miss, especially if you like to play golf. You're going to want to do that. Again, it's going to start us off at 9 a.m. on the 23rd down in Fort Worth at the Texas Rangers Golf Club. It's going to be a phenomenal time. So good stuff coming our way.
And I'm checking the weather very closely to make sure that we don't have 40-mile-an-hour winds coming right at us the entire day.
That was tough. But it is Texas. I mean,
it is Texas, so you never know.
Is.
I mean,
right.
the golf course in Kansas City was great. It was just those winds were.
It just
windy.
Seems
like you're always hitting into the wind every time. And
every hole.
I know. So with my handicap, do I get to tee off from the seniors, or
you get to move up? That's right. You'll be on depending on your handicap level. I think so. We're doing anybody under 7 is going to play from the tips. 7 to 18 is going to play from the middle, and then anybody over 18 plays from the senior the tees, and then of course women can play from the 4 tees. So. It's going to be great. All right, let's bring on our next guest. We've got 3 more guests to get to, and most people know these guys, but let's bring them on and talk about what they got going on and what they're looking forward for the summit.
Yeah, next guest is Nick Dangles over at Sync
Training. Dangles!
Hey, guys.
What's up, buddy?
I'm doing good. You make me want to be a golfer with the enthusiasm you have for the Post and Pray Classic.
You should be. You're in transportation. What are you doing? I mean, come on.
I should be, but I've golfed 3 times in my life. Each time was worse than the last. And I'm just I'm not a golfer. It's
okay. So here's what this is what you do. It's real simple. You sponsor a hole. You come and sit on that hole for the day. You meet every golfer that comes through. Have fun. Pass out some beers or something. Everybody's gonna love you. I mean, you can make this work.
The non-golfer's way to attend the tournament. I get it.
That's right. Really That's how it is. I mean, Juan Baena is doing that. We saw him play last time. He's not playing this time because it was pretty rough. So he's not playing this time. If you've seen me in the
past, you would understand the process that I'm going through.
We got a place for everybody, Nick. That's just how it works. Hey, listen, tell us real quick what's going on over at Sync Logistics Training. Some people may or may not know what you're doing. Tell us about that, and then follow that up with why you're coming to the Broker Care Summit. This is going to be round 2 for you. You made it to Kansas City. This is going to be your second one. So what's good at Sync, and then tell us why you're coming to the BCS.
Yeah, of course. So Sync Logistics Training is my company. It is a training platform for freight brokers, right? In a nutshell, I mean, the high level overview is that training tends to be something that gets deprioritized a lot in brokerage, right? There's just
wait a minute. You're saying that freight brokers don't prioritize training? What?
Were you both sitting down when I said that? I've heard some people with that one. But yeah, it tends to be a struggle, man. There's just no time to build out training materials or pull people off the floor to do training. So that's why we built it out, to help with both new hire training and ongoing training for the more experienced folks out there. And
now, Nick, why the heck are you qualified to do this? Were you a former freight broker? Tell us a little bit about your credentials here, my friend.
Believe it or not, I was. Yeah, so I've personally been in the industry for close to 15 years now. Yeah, so I brokered freight for 10 of those years, got out of brokerage maybe 4 years ago, did some consulting, and then we kicked off Sync about 1.5 years or 2 years ago now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's definitely in your sweet spot. And I know personally, you're a great educator. Sorry, go ahead, Kevin.
Oh, no. Good. So you made it to Kansas City. What's kind of your one key takeaway that you brought out of Kansas City and the reason why you're joining us again here in Fort Worth?
I think you guys do a phenomenal job facilitating networking. Like, I go to a lot of conferences, and I think you guys do some of the best jobs of breaking people into smaller groups and helping them network and talk to each other and just make that process easy. That's what really jumped out to me at the last one. That's why I'm going back to this one. I met so many cool people, and it was just so easy to have conversations with them based on how you guys structured everything. I had a blast.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to hear that, because that's a big part of what we do. In fact, we always say that the Broker Carrier Summit is much more about conversation than it is about presentation. A lot of these conferences you go and you just get fed information, and rarely do you get a chance to have these conversations. Almost everything we do is how can we facilitate conversations with the right people. So not just with random people, but again, if you're a flatbed carrier, you need to be talking to brokers that have flatbed freight. If you need a TMS, you need to start talking to people at TMS. If you stink at training and don't have time for it, you need to talk to Nick and figure out how his platform can help you out. And we try to facilitate those conversations as much as possible. So, man, that is music to my ears. I'm so glad to hear that. And This is round 2 for Sync. So tell me a little bit about what you guys are doing. Are you sponsoring? Are you exhibiting? Are you speaking? Tell me a little bit about your involvement this time around.
Yeah. So if memory serves, we are sponsoring one of the carriers.
Did you send us a check?
I know we did. I want to say it was for the carrier attendance. And I'm also going to be moderating a panel one of the days on hiring, onboarding, training, and culture. It's a lot of different things, but we've got a great panel, some of my favorite people in the space. And like, the goal for us is to really point out some best practices, some common mistakes, and give folks just some actionable takeaways they can take back to their own companies.
Yeah, I love that. You're right in the right track with the training portion of it. And, hiring and onboarding and training, it all goes together in terms of that new hire success package that people need to have. Not only the first training, but also you guys do reoccurring training. So, trainings down the road that maybe just repetitive. I don't know, repetitive is maybe the wrong word, but how do you talk about it in terms of the types of training that you guys offer in the platform?
Yeah, like, we talk about everything you just mentioned. So, everything from new hires progressing through, I call it ongoing training, right? And that's going to be very individualized depending on what that person wants, right? Like, sometimes that's management, but a lot of times some people don't want management paths, right? So you have to figure out, what does that individual contributor want to continue progressing in their career? So again, highly individualized process, but we have content for someone, whether they're going into management or just looking to progress further down an individual contributor path.
It comes down to everything in life, right? Practice. Yeah. Practice. You're not going to be good at anything unless you practice, right?
Yeah. It's funny. All the athletes that we talk to get it, right? Because they spent years just practicing over and over and over again. And it's the same in sales, the same in any aspect of brokerage. If you don't practice something, you're going to forget about it. So part of the ongoing training is just about continuing to get in those reps, to continue to get in the practice. That way you just continue honing and improving your skills.
Isn't it crazy how as adults we think we don't need that? Like, we graduate college and we move on to life, and then we just don't think we need coaching. We don't think we need training. We think we just got to figure it out. And we just cruise
after you're in school, learning stops. You don't have to learn anymore.
Oh man, what a fallacy!
We hear all the time with prospects and customers we talk to that they have someone on the floor who's a carrier rep. Say they've been broking freight for years, and they're making X amount of money, booking freight regularly, and the mentality tends to be, well, they're good, right? They don't need any more training. Right. Billy in the corner, he's fine. Well, no, he's not. I guarantee there are things that he wants to learn and things that need to be reinforced that he's not doing that are misaligned with your best practices. So ongoing training is important.
Awesome. Well, Nick, thanks for being a part of it. We appreciate that. For anybody who wants to connect with Nick, connect with him on LinkedIn. It's a great way to follow, or you can go to synclogisticstraining.com and learn more about what Nick is doing in the industry. Nick, thanks, man. Look forward to seeing you down in Fort Worth, my friend. Thanks for joining the show.
Yep. Looking forward to it. Thanks, guys.
See you, Nick.
Man, love what he's doing with that. That is such a need in the industry. And I love Nick's just a great dude as well. So it's great to have him do that.
It's huge need in the industry, and it's a great product.
Yep, it's good stuff. All right, we got 2 more guests. We got to jump on real quick, so we're gonna go fast. So, who's our next guest? What do we got?
Kevin Coombs over at Green Screens.
Kevin Coombs, the man. What's up? Look at the stash. Look at this guy. What?
In Nick Dangles to me, it's just.
We schedule it. You're the C block. We schedule it that way on purpose. It's just how it goes.
The C block. I like it.
How's it going, my friend? Good to see the Green Screens jersey there. I got to wear the Royals. We're both Royals fans.
Good.
I mean, you got to be pumped up about that.
I am very excited. I'm very excited. I opted for the Green Screens baseball jersey to hit both sides of the coin today.
It's solid. It's solid. I'm hoping that I can wear this on stage down in Fort Worth, and hopefully the Royals are still playing at the Broker Carrier Summit. That'd be a great thing if they are. That means
I forgot,
so.
Trey, that you actually play playoffs in baseball. It's been so long. It's been 10
Yeah,
years.
no, it's been a while. If you're a Royals fan, you forget that the season goes beyond September. Usually,
I forgot about that.
It's kind of the season. All right, hey, listen, tell us what's going on at Green Screens over there. You guys have been with us basically from the very beginning. I know that you guys were heavily involved in Tampa, obviously Kansas City, now in Fort Worth. Don's a member of the board. Don Salvucci-Favier has just done an awesome job with content. Talk a little bit about what's going on at Green Screens and your involvement with the BCS, what you're looking forward to.
We got a lot going on. Released the new product this year, so our first one since our core product with our with our pricing engine. We've got the new sales related product to track win-loss ratios, margin management, things like that. We actually have another product coming out pretty soon called Illuminate. Illuminate's going to be market-wide comparison, so comparing yourself to the other brokerages in the industry, seeing how the rate trends are performing, how you're performing on spot versus contract. That one's going to be really cool. I'm excited about that. So
are you guys doing only products that start with the letter I? Is that what you're doing? You're going a little Southern Baptist alliteration?
Yeah. We went I words. Exactly. So, the intuitive, intelligent, insightful, integrated thing was like a tagline from the very beginning that we used.
Yeah. And now you got Ignite, Illuminate, just keep it going.
Yeah. So when we started doing this,
next product's going to be Igloo. I think that's probably going to be the next one.
Yeah. Cool down your brokerage.
Ooh, I like it already.
It'll be it'll be something to soothe brokers who freak out or something. I don't know. It'll be like a Calm app, but from Green Screens.
I love the benchmarking tools. That's something that the industry really needs, especially in
a lot of new stuff.
Bookmarking or benchmarking.
And the benchmarking stuff too, Kevin. It's like our whole goal is to service our customers pricing information, pricing data, pricing analytics, right? And the way that we want to do that is not just throw a bunch of numbers at you and then, hey, go do something with these.
Go figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Go figure it out. We're really taking the approach of like, this is what your business does. Like the data doesn't lie, right? Numbers don't lie. So how does that compare to your peers, your competitors? How does that compare to the market as a whole? That's kind of the approach we're taking with a lot of these products. And it's both a sales and an operations approach, right? Because it's two sides of the coin. Yeah, revenue and margin is important, but how are you buying your freight in comparison to what the market's doing? And then being able to break that down by lane, by customer, by mode, and really cross-section your business. I think for brokers and 3PL specifically, like that's just something that hasn't been, served yet to the industry. So,
all right, cool. Now Green Screen is going to be bringing a collection of people. Who all is going to be joining you guys, and what's your involvement in the summit? Obviously, very involved from the very beginning. Love you guys being a part of it.
We will have a crew at the summit this year. Myself, I will be out there. Don will be out there. We're on 2 panels together. We're doing the market update again that we did last year. I think I'm on that with you, Kevin. Are you doing that again with us?
Kevin is on that. He is.
I think I am.
It'll be on Friday morning. That's right.
So Kevin and I will be on that one on Friday. But then I'm doing another one, and the other panel that I'm doing this year might be my favorite name of a panel or a session that I've ever done. The roles of AI in boosting productivity. What's real and what's bullshit.
Wait. There's some bullshit in AI. Is that what you're saying? There's some things that don't quite add up. What?
Literally the name of our panel, which is going to be fun. I mean, I met the guys that are on it are all way smarter than me. Dan and Sean and Hidayat are all very technical, very, very awesome. So I'll just be the comic relief. And but it's going to be interesting because I think the conversations we've had leading up to that panel around AI and that sort of stuff is really cool. Like discussing what to pay attention to, what questions to ask, how to navigate these waters of AI. So that's going to be really cool. But we'll have, I think, 5 or 6 people from Green Screens out there. So we'll be around hanging out, sponsoring the podcast, which is very exciting. So
Good stuff coming up. I know it's great things going on, man. Love having you part of that, and I love you taking the time just to hop on the show with us today and saying what you're going to be a part of. What are you looking forward to most out of Fort Worth? Just one thing.
the connections and the genuine nature of it is what I love. Like you said, we were in Tampa, we were in KC as a part of it, doing panels, doing different things. I think the best thing and what people should get out of BCS is the relationship building, but also like it's very genuine. You're not getting a lot of fluff. The breakout panels can be very exciting when things get contentious.
More lively than normal. Yes.
The one that you guys did in Tampa was like the best. I was like, ooh, this is about to get serious.
That's right. We actually, we turned the chairs in a little bit so that people can face each other a little bit. It's like 45-degree angles. So we even set up the room to accommodate more conversation. So
I think that's a good point because, a lot of conferences, a lot of different events want to be interactive. They talk about, wanting to get that interactivity. It's there at Procore Carrier Summit without any work on our part. It's just naturally occurs all the time.
It is. It's very natural. That's a good way to put it. It's very natural, and it's good. I mean, those conversations are the tough combos to have, right? So you got to do it.
Well, Kevin, thanks for hopping on the show. I appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you on Fort Worth, and again, hopefully our Royals will still be playing, my friend. So we'll talk to you real soon.
We get to watch it together down there.
All right, man. Awesome. See you, buddy. Man, love Kevin Coombs. Love Green Screen. Such a great company helping us out. And speaking of that market panel that you guys have been doing, which is always great because you guys have a lot of insights, a lot of experience. Our next guest is also going to be on the market panel for the second time or third time, actually, and has been doing a lot of great stuff with us. So let's bring to the stage Kyle Taylor. Freightwave Sonar. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Kyle.
Welcome back. A lot of friendly faces around here.
I know that's how it goes, man. It's good to have you with us again. This is round 3 for you, man. You came for the first one in Tampa, which was a home game for you. You both have had a home game in this thing. Kansas City was close, not quite. I didn't need to sleep in my own bed. But what was it about Tampa and about Kansas City that has you just like, this is important, you need to be a part of this?
Well, one, there's never a supply chain conference in Tampa. So when in Rome, do as the Romans do. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's price or whatever. I always have to go to Orlando if it stays in Florida. So it was really nice.
It's hard to get to Tampa. It's not as easy. I think that's why. So, but it was a great spot. On the coast there, it was great.
Yeah, I think it's expensive too. There's not a ton of options for like space wise. So, but it's a lot of fun, and it was an introduction to something that I wasn't necessarily used to, which was it's not a knock, but a small conference. I'm used to going to all these large ones, and at that time, coming off of the first one, I think was like 50 members attended the original one, and I think
43 in person. Yeah, another 30 online. That's right. Yeah.
And so going to that one, it was like, all right, I can kind of see where this can go. And then going back to Kansas City was like, okay, all of my assumptions that I had coming out of the Tampa conference are then confirmed, and this is kind of where I need to be. So we're really excited. It's a lot of fun, and to that point, it's just easy. It's probably the biggest thing. Like I go to a ton of conferences. I'm the road dog over here, so they send me anywhere and everywhere. And sometimes it's like scary to go like talk to some random cleats and blazers. That's some 65-year-old guy that's like, God, man, Mr. Disney over there. Let me go try to get some time with you. So it's definitely a lot more fun, and to Kevin's point, like genuine and easy.
Well, let's be clear. We have nothing against 65-year-olds, but at the Procore Carrier Summit, people are definitely much more laid back. The conversations at the bar are great. I mean, a lot of conferences look at the bar as like the afterthought. Like this is going to happen after hours. We want people at the bar all day. Not that we want them drinking all day necessarily, but we want them having these conversations. So we put up high boy tables all around the lobbies. So that if they're not in the main program, which is there's good education there, but if you can have a conversation with somebody on the spot and it's organic and it's a good conversation, it's worth it. That might be the one conversation where you get the most out of the event. And we want that to happen. And so we love the fact that that's really kind of the part of the DNA of this event is, have those conversations whenever and wherever you can. We're going to try to make it as easy as possible to do. So that's really great to hear, man. I love hearing that.
Yeah, probably some of the, when Dan's going to these hotels, if they have 2 bars, it's too much. We need to consolidate. We need them all at 1 bar, for sure. Do you have enough alcohol? So
that's actually, we just did a tour of the one in the spring, looking for a place, and one of the big things was, is this bar big enough for everybody? Because we want everybody in the bar. Like that was definitely a point that we talked about. You guys are also sponsoring the golf tournament. Your whole sponsor out there, you're going to be playing in this. This is your first Post and Pray Classic golf tournament, isn't it?
Yep. No, we 50% hit rate now. So the last one was the first inaugural year, right? And so we're excited to be there, and it just all kind of makes sense. So we'll see how that goes.
It's going to be fun. It's the only 2-person team event. There's no cheating that goes on. It's a little more competitive, a little fun. You get to play your own ball a little bit more. The giveaways, you're going to love it, dude. I'm so excited you guys are part of it. Thank you for sponsoring. Appreciate that. Yeah, Kevin.
No, it reminds me, I need to go find a teammate again. I need
to
look at the Bodacious Cowboy and see if he has a teammate. what do you, Kyle? What are you looking forward to the most?
Well, one, I'm thoroughly impressed with like the quantity of people now. So again, Sonar has been really a staple to the FreightWaves kind of inventory of data that they push out there. FreightWaves being really known as the largest media and news organization with a big old cowbell of Dooner that really supports a lot of that. And so Sonar really been a kind of a byproduct of a lot of the initiatives that we've had. And so we're excited just to be around a lot of our customers and see prospects that are going to be there as well. So we're very excited to be there, and we're going to be talking market updates. So it's really just trying to understand, what a lot of people look at, maybe just, what's happening right in front of their face on the day-to-day, which you talked about some of the conversations that happen in these panels. A lot of times it is like they can't look past their own hand. And, it's interesting to kind of bring up some alternative data that people are never really used to seeing and trying to understand, okay, why is what we're seeing actually happening, and what are some impacts that this could potentially cause? So that's what we're really excited about.
Yeah, what are some markers? You kind of look historically at some of the markers along the way to kind of see, well, where do we think things are turning? And if so, why? And how fast might they turn? And all those little indicators that are so important that, again, a lot of times people don't get to see that or have access to that. They're just kind of feeling the market, not necessarily analyzing it. And you guys have a great product in that regard to do that. So, man, excited you're going to be a part of it once again. Thanks for coming on the show and talking about that. I can't wait, man. Just under 3 weeks, we'll see you in Fort Worth. I can't believe it. It's awesome.
We're pumped. Thank you guys so much.
Awesome, man. See you soon, buddy. Dude, Kevin, this is it, man. So this is show number 2 on the road to the summit. We got one more next week and the week after that. And then, man, we're in Fort Worth, man. It's coming up quick, so it's going to be great.
There. We are
it's
there.
Absolutely
we might do some live stuff. Let's do live something from the conference. From the summit.
Oh, we got the podcast studio. Not only got that going out, so we should tell people if they want to jump on a podcast, we'll have opportunities for people to hop on and talk about their experience. Yeah. We're going to be doing live updates for our partners over at Reads Across America during the show as well on Reads Across America Radio. So we've got a lot of live events coming up. We're going to bring the conference to those that can't quite make it, although there's nothing like being there in person. But we want to give a little teaser, a little taste to people that can't make it this year. So we will have that. We'll have live podcasting, and we'll also have some updates on Reads Across America Radio. So a lot of good things with that. And just
come in person. If you're out there, you should come in person, get into the interactive, face to face at the bar and the sessions. Talk to if you're a broker, talk to carriers. If you're a carrier, talk to brokers. If you're a tech person, talk to everybody. And really, you go through that education Dan was talking about, talk about business, and all of a sudden you have a new business partner. It just happens that. And that's what happens.
That's right. It's not too late to sign up, everybody. So make sure you go to brokercarriersummit.com. You can use the beta code or the coupon code BETA, B-E-T-A, for 10% off. And if you're a carrier, if you're an owner operator, small carrier, and you're driving your truck to the event, you can get free truck parking through our friends over at truckparkingclub.com. It's all on the website, brokercarriersummit.com. Check it out. Get signed up today. We'll see you in Fort Worth. Brought to us by our friends over at TAFS. And again, thanks so much for watching the show. Kevin, appreciate you, my friend. We'll see you next week on the road to the summit. See you, everybody.
Good times.